Hello, everyone. My name is Richard Folter, and I'm the director of WEBA. Welcome to the live workshop. In a couple of minutes, we will welcome as well the representative of the school in Italy, which is Mrs. Melina Nurcato. So this workshop today will be recorded, and everyone will receive at the end of the day directly a copy of the presentation. So thank you very much, everyone, for showing interest to recruit students for an Italian school, which offer 3 different programs. One is the professional course, another one is the bachelor, and another one is the master. So in order to start slowly, I will start to show you a video, the first 2 minutes, because I can see that some more agents are just joining us at the moment. So please have a look at the video, which is very, very nice. Let me share my screen a second. Here we go, and here we go. So this is not for Naples in Italy.
Throughout history, the biggest thinkers and ideologists were always linked to a place, to a space unique and significant, where their minds were meant to grow and expand, where to share knowledge and inspiration. In these places, as you walk through the threshold, you can still feel the power of knowledge. Every room, corridor and hall resonates with the powerful words and the ideas of the great minds that have come before us. The same walls that were once home to the great lecturers that drove humanity forward are now the haven of your wisdom.
At IAM Academy, we make sure that every innovation is a success.
When we evaluate our candidates, there are some things that we take into consideration, such as their educational background, their professional experiences if they have any, as well as who they are as people. So we need to check their level of self-awareness, if they know what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, and also their life goals. So we need to see how we can assist them into achieving them.
Here at IAM Academy, you will get your own inspiration on what you are going to achieve through challenges programs, such as learning a new European language, in this case, Italian. Here at IAM, you just need to bring yourself.
Here, the most valuable support, in my opinion, is from the career service. Our team take a tailored approach to the research on the job markets and the student. They listen to your story, your aspiration, and come out with a precise and consistent strategy to support you so you can succeed on the path you have chosen. What will be assessed isn't just your education or work history. The career department worked hard so that about 82% of international graduates can find a job in Italy within 6 months after graduation. They strategize and invest a deep amount of work which most students initially don't realize. The career service will take you to the right direction to find the most suitable job for you. Our coach provides a safe space for the student to explore what they want to do or become.
So I will stop the video because I will send you a copy of the video. Then you have all the time to watch the video over and over again, because it really gives you an idea how is the school in Naples. And by the way, it's a fantastic location, it's a great school. I think we have Melina with us today. She's the director of the school. Melina, if you're here with us, please come on board. So let's see if Melina is with us today. Melina, please unmute yourself and come on board if you are available. Okay.
Moment, just a moment. Oh, okay. I couldn't see it. So, good day, everyone, from Italy, specifically from the IAN Academy. I just want to say thank you to Richard to having organized this fantastic meeting with us. So, IAN Academy is born in the 2008 with business technologies and business aim of education. So we started inviting students from all over the Italy in order to enhance their skills and put them in communication with the most important job opportunities held by our tied companies. Today, we have enlarged our portfolio and we have up to 600 companies in our tied-up portfolio that they are very keen to welcome international students and international human resources for the internships, but also for giving them the opportunity to start with entry-level job. This is very important for us because we create the future important resources for the labor market. So I just want to tell like a sentence of Malcolm Forbes, which is one of our, idol of the school, and the education's purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one. And it is very true. This is also the motto of our organization. Our department is equipped by each and every facilities for the international students. We have a 24,000 square meters area surface where the student can walk and have their life in between campus and classrooms, with the one mini market, one dining hall, 5 kitchen blocks that we divided according to the religions and according to the food habits. Every rooms and corridors is covered by the Wi-Fi, by the security service, and we have also a big garden. This is a very strange thing in a metropolitan city like Naples, because so many big buildings are not at the glance of the students normally, but of the private organizations. But instead, we can offer this very fantastic institution in the center, in the heart of the city.
Melina, I have some questions to you. Thank you very much for the introduction, first of all. I mean, your school has something very, very unique, and this is what I'm trying to explain to the agent, is that you have the professional course and then the bachelor and the master. Now, I wanted to go step by step, because for not confusing the agent, I already sent them a very big and long email yesterday and 2 days ago, which explain all the entry requirement in details, everything that you explained to me. But let's go to the professional course, just very simple to be there. So the professional course is a 1-year program, and you are a school, you have a lot of students coming from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal,
South America, Morocco, Israel, yes.
From everywhere in the world. So you're very, very mixed, and you have this know-how as well for assist the agents concerning the visa issue, etc. But in refer to the professional course, this is a 1-year program. Can you explain us how this professional course is working in concrete, not too complicated, very simple?
The IAN Academy is the pioneer of these professional and modular courses that are equivalent to the undergraduates and postgraduates programs. The peculiarity of the professional course is that the students don't need to wait 3 years to get a certification, but every year we provide a level EQF certification. Means that when the student enter, they can enter for foundation programs, for example. They will be achieving the EQF 3 level, which is already entitling the student to get a job as an entry EQF 3. Italy job market is divided into levels. And we provide every year and every upgrading levels the right level to entry in the right position. The first year bachelor is equivalent to the level EQF 4, which is one of our professional programs. The second year to the EQF 5, and the third year to the EQF 6. Then we have also the EQF 7. Every program is divided into 6 months class training and 6 months internship, and the internship is mandatory, and it is mostly a paid internship. For example, we have the aeronautical maintenance program. Aeronautical maintenance program can be 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. In the first year, the students will be having the level 2 EASA certification. That means that the student is already allowed to go for the aeronautical maintenance level EQF 4. And after 6 months training in the class, where the students can learn also a complementary Italian language subject, they can go directly to one of our partnered company for the maintenance of the aircrafts. And this is so on and so forward for each and every professional program that we offer. We offer at the moment 26 professional programs that are in a space within the aeronautical maintenance to the nursery programs. We have also tourism and hospitality professional programs that every level allow the students to achieve one specific qualification. We have a maître, culinary arts, chef, sous chef. It depends what specific qualification the students want to achieve. The professional and economic sector are studied by the work demand. So what we offer is based on the Italian current work demand, and it is very, very important because the students can directly, they already know before where they are going to achieve internship experience. After the internship, they can also aim to stay back in the companies, because normally the companies who are hiring for the internship, they are also interested into taking over the resource.
Melina, I will have several questions to you today. Now this is clear. So technically, students can apply only for 1 year. They don't need to do all the process. Is this correct, or do they need to do all the process?
It is correct. For example, we start from the level EQF 3, which is equivalent to a foundation. The students who have completed their living school certificate, they can directly apply, or maybe they can apply directly to the EQF 4. Students who have completed, for example, the first year university, they can directly apply for the EQF 5 if they want, or maybe they can also apply for the EQF 4. It's depend on their entry level and their background requirements. Normally, we accept, according to the levels, students who have at least completed the year before. Means if they want to apply for the top-up, EQF 6, for example, they can directly apply, but they have completed, but they should have completed at least the initial 2 years of bachelor in their country. This is how it works. It's a modular program. They can also decide to stop their study there in the EQF that they decided, or to continue to further up their education up to the master level. Our credits are easily can be easily converted into the ECTS, so they can also shift into other schools in Europe and also in Italy, and they can also aim to enter into the state government universities if they want.
Okay, Melina, now this was in refer of the professional. So this is what I explained to all the agents is they can choose to do the professional course 1 year and is it, or they can choose as well to start with the foundation and then the bachelor. And you have different bachelor program. One of the main one, which is Know Your School, is the one in tourism and hospitality, is the global business. And the same is for the master. Now, because this is at the end an European bachelor or a European master, which is accredited by FEDE, what is very important is that all the students who will do this type of bachelor master, they will need to learn 2 languages, 2 European languages, because it's part of the program. Is this correct?
The framework of European education last year, they created that in order to achieve a European bachelor, the students should be provided at least of 2 European languages apart from the teaching method language. Means that we run the full English courses, entirely taught in English, and apart from English, we offer a complementary Italian course and another European language, which will be also complementary. This is one of the most required criteria, also for the companies working to hire, because the language proficiency today is reputed one of the most important hard skills for international as well as Italian students. So it's yes, they have to learn 3 languages.
Melina, these 2 programs, these are part of the package, so there's no extra cost of this because it's part of the program of the bachelor and the master. Just to make this clear, there is no additional cost, and this is part of the program. So this is one of the subjects, so it's not a big issue in this. So the first language they need to learn in addition is Italian, logically, because the school is in Italian. And what is the second language, French or Spanish?
They can choose among French, Spanish, Portuguese, or also the German.
Okay, perfect. Then I have another question, which I think it's very important. During these 3 years bachelor, if they choose, for example, the hospitality program, will they do some internship during these 3 years, or there will be only course?
No, the internship is very mandatory and obligatory in our nation, actually, because even if they go in the state government university, they will be attending a mandatory internship. Normally, in Italy, we pay the internships because the resource, of course, will be working for the company. So a payment, like an expense refund, how it's called, is due. So we normally tie up with the companies who pay the students to go internships. It depends on the programs. For example, if they run an hospitality program, of course, the internship will be seasonally. And it means that for the students who start in the September month, they will be waiting until April to start their internship. This is a full-time program, and internship is considered part of the credits. So it's very important to go for internship for us.
As well, if they choose the global business bachelor, they will need to do an internship. Okay. And if they choose a master?
If they choose a master, it depends if it is an executive master or if it is a normal master. Normally, we try also for the level 1 master, the normal master, to send the students for a work experience, not an internship, but directly to candidate a student for a work experience.
In the video, when we start this workshop, one of your colleagues said that the great part of your school is that you assist all the students for the internship. Is this correct? So is the school who helped the student to find the internship, or the students need to go alone?
We have a career service office. The students can go and apply in our office. It's a free of charge service. They go in the career service and they can convert their resume into the Europass curriculum, which is the first step to undertake. Then after, their curriculum will be inserted into the channels, the national channels of job research. They normally publish advertisement in Italian language because Italy is not a bilingual country, and we can be updated about the various offers, the various work advertisement, and send the notification directly to the students throughout a CRM program that we have for the students. It's like a school management program, and we can keep the students updated with the various offers. If the student is interested into any offer, we can give to the student also the opportunity to a mock training for an interview with you know, the human resource, the HR managers, and after the mock training we can give a report and also a recommendation letter.
Thank you, Melina. I have two more questions. One important question is, all the programs are taught in English, and this is clear. But what is the entry requirement in English? I mean, this is one of the majority of the questions. So I explained to all the agents that they can have IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, Duolingo, even a high school certificate if they had the English level, like in India, for example, or in Nigeria, they speak already English, so there is no issue on this if they had 5 years English. The same is in Bangladesh if they had 5 years English, if they can prove this. Is this correct, this information that I give out, or there is, if it's something, just tell me.
Yes, it's absolutely correct. Normally, we before entry in the school, we held an interview with the students, because not always the certificate corresponding to the real proficiency of the students. So what we do is our admission counselor will be undertaking an interview in order to measure their English language proficiency. It's not having sense to go for an entire taught in English course and the students cannot speak in English properly. But if the students couldn't not meet the English requirements, they have the opportunity to apply the foundation program in English as well as in Italian language if they are interested. So they don't risk to remain aside the school admission, but at least we try to change their educational pathway in order to give them the opportunity to learn the language before applying the main course.
Thank you, Melina. I will share now for a second the website. I will just go out from here. Just a second. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the website from the school, and you will find many information about the different programs on the website directly. You will find a lot of information about as well accreditation, the campus, the team, the policy, etc. Just to give information, I will copy and pass this on the chat system so you can copy this on your own. And what I will do with all of you, I will share at the end of this workshop as well a presentation that we prepared together with Melina, a presentation which includes as well all the prices, the commission that you will get, etc., because this will depend as well on the number of students that you enroll for the school. I think is not the last question, but one of the last question, Melina, is the next intake is in June. Are we still in time to apply students for June intake?
It depends on the countries. If you are in Pakistan, no. If you are in India, yes. If you are in Nepal, yes. If you are in Africa, whatever the region, yes. So it's depend on the embassy timing, more or less. I can share you some insights regarding the embassies, the embassy timing. So in Pakistan, it will take around 45 days of time in order to receive the appointment, because they are building the new building where to stay in future. So they don't have an office right away. And that's why they will be delaying the processings. In India, they are very quick. If you also go to the VFS and you explain that the intake is about to start, they will be also giving you the priority. So please, when you go to the VFS, you explain that your program, so you can show the intake, of course, and you then can ask for the priority. They will be giving it to you. instead of the public universities. Regarding the Sri Lanka embassy, they are also very quick and fast. In Nepal, they are very quick and fast because they also run the interview through the WhatsApp or Skype, depending according to the time of the officers. Okay, we are still in time as a school. As a school, we are still in time.
In Bangladesh, can you give us some information about Bangladesh?
Bangladesh, the officers are currently doing some delays. We have some students in processing in Bangladesh for the June intake, but we are still in pending. Normally, they will take up to 1 to 2 months to elaborate the processing of visa. This is due to the lack of personnel. There is only one person which is holding the whole study visa at the moment in Bangladesh. That's why they are a little bit slow. We hope that the things might change because they have published an advertisement. Okay, if someone of you knows Italian language, they published an advertisement to hire some people in embassy for undertaking the processing of visa in the national chancellery.
I have a question. If the visa will arrive maybe 1 week later, the school begin, are the students still eligible to attend? Let's say, how long is your limit? You know what I mean? When is the end? When is the starting date in June, Melina?
Let's have the starting date in June. Just a moment. I cannot know everything. I'm sorry. Okay, 18th of June.
18th of June. So let's presume a student will receive the visa around the 20, 21, 22. Is he still eligible to jump in the plane and come to Italy and start in June, or is better to go to the next intake in September?
Normally, we give to the students 1 week to be accommodated and to start their life, you know, to organize their things, their personal life. Then we have the commencing date, which is including 4 days of orientation. During this orientation, some of the most important insights about the city, the nation, the laws, immigration and school policy regulation will be given to the students. They can also skip this part, but after 2 weeks, of course, the courses will be starting. If they send us the real communication and official communication through the email that they are going to be in the delay, the professors, which will be starting that modules, will be keeping in contact with the students in order to send them the material where to study. And on the contrary, if the students don't advise, we'll be having absence. And when the absence drop down below the 20% per module, they will be losing the opportunity to pass the final exam.
Thank you, Melina. Thank you very much. I have one of the last questions who came in my mind, and it's regarding, we're talking about India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, even Africa. In one of our last meeting we had, you said to me, Richard, you know, if some of these people, this student has some relative in Italy, would be much, much easier to get the visa. Can you maybe explain a little bit how this part is working?
Okay, the visa criteria are very suddenly changing because every time that the government change, of course, every criteria change. Now, the new criteria is that the students can be exempted from the bank statement if they have a relative who can be supporter and sponsor in Italy. That means that this relative should have a resident permit, he should have a legal work, a job to demonstrate, and a legal status of residency in Italy. He can sponsor the student, and the student can open a bank surety bond instead of providing the bank statement. So it is an alternative to the bank statement. The bank surety bond premium costs around 400 euro. It's released directly from the Central Bank of Italy. it's covering, it's like an insurance for the living expenses. It's covering up to the 10,300 euro for the whole year living expense of the student. And the letter of sponsorship is very important, that should be given by someone of the same nationality living in Italy. This is called in Italian fideussione. You can find this criteria also in the new checklists for the visa, which are published on the website of the Italian embassies and consulate. So if you download the checklist, you can find fideussione, fiduciation. It means a bank surety bond from a local person who can sponsor the students. So if your students have someone in Italy, wherever in Italy, you can communicate to us, to Richard directly, and we'll be starting the processing of bank surety bond.
This is a very important point. Now, vice versa, let's presume there is a standard student and he want to come to Italy. Let's say the student is coming from India or Bangladesh, Nepal. I mean, the concept is always the same. What the Italian embassy is looking into this, besides the application and the usual stuff? What they're looking into the financial part? What is for them the most important criteria? Let's put it like this one.
In such a way, the students should demonstrate to be very committed, so to be very to having knowledge about what they are going to do, what they are going to study, and where they are going to be. So the students who want to travel to Italy should demonstrate their global knowledge about Italy, the Italian system of education, the school. Of course, you are talking about IAN Academy, so you should know where is IAN Academy, why you choose IAN Academy instead of any other school. So the key policy of IAN Academy everywhere in the world is the assistance to the students. We provide education, we provide it in the best way, but the most important thing is the assistance to the international students. Our faculty is internationally recognized. It is global. We have teachers from Dubai, from the UK, from France, who are flying systematically to IAN Academy and staying for 1 week or 2 weeks at the time of their module, and then they fly back. So this is a very important thing, that we assist international students, rather than other universities that don't do, because they are public, actually. Another important key policy of IAN Academy is the intake system. So we don't follow the solar year, but we follow the intake, the seasonal intake system. So every season we have an intake. So when the students are ready from all over the world, then we can income students. And this is also another very important key policy that the students can explain in front of the visa consular. The visa officers normally ask how you intend to stay, how you intend to sustain yourself in Italy. If you are aware about the currency, the differences in between your currency and the power of currency in Italy, if you want to work in Italy. It's not a mistake to say that you are working part-time, because according to the Italian law, you have 20 hours per week to attend any part-time job. And the school will be still assisting students in this. They will be, the career service will be still assisting the students who are interested into working in part-time. The important thing is to have a contract. The Italy does not, it's not against those who want to stay back in the country. So it's not an error to say, yes, I want to stay back in the country, but I want to be legally and I want to work legally. The opportunity to find a job and the opportunity to develop yourself in another country is not a crime. So the students shouldn't be afraid to say, yes, I want to get my opportunity outside my country because I'm living in a developing country and I just want to go to a developed country for my future. It's not any crime. So sometimes the students are caught by the anxiety when the visa officers ask about it, but they don't have to be afraid about it. What they have to be afraid, and very sensitive and very afraid, if they fabric the financials. Please do not suggest students to collect money somewhere and somewhere from parents and relatives and friends and all these things, because the embassy officers will be calling the banks. They will be certifying from where this money is come from. That's why I believe that the system of a banking surety bond is very, very effective. So it's very good to open a bank surety bond instead of showing the financial. This is a very, very huge gap it's a lack of our state government, because they are aware about the currency in the developing country, but again, they still are looking for very, very high amount of money from the students. With our ministry, we are working on it. We have already submitted a request to the ministry to revise these financial living costs in Italy for the international, because international have a very low currency compared to us. So this is one thing that we are fighting for. We're fighting for the students, and we hope so in the future the things will be changing.
What is the entry requirement in financial point, as you mentioned now, for the living costs in Italy? What is the requirement from the Italian embassy?
Normally, every month the students should have 570 euro, okay, in order to cover the minimum expenses. But in the reality, what the embassies are looking for is an amount, a fixed amount. It means that it should be very old and should be very proved by the transaction, okay, of at least 10,000 to 50,000 euro, even because now also the fee system is changing. We are not taking the fees before the visa, but we are getting the fees after the visa. And that means that the students should demonstrate to having the fees and as well as the money to stay.
Okay, Melina, you say that they need to have in a bank account at least 10,000 to 50,000 euro, and this amount should be in the bank account at least 6-7 months all the time before, because the bank, the embassy is calling the bank to double check if the student or the parents has the money in the bank account. Logically, it always helps if one student, maybe they have a house, if the parents have a house, if the parents owns a house, they have to demonstrate all this particular stuff when they apply at the Italian embassy through the agency.
The most particular countries in this sense are Nepal, of course, because the consulate of Kolkata, which is holding all the Nepalese students, is very, very attentive for the financials. So the house is not a financial proof, actually. Okay. The money is a financial proof.
The money is a financial proof. Okay, this is a very important part. I mean, this. So, ladies and gentlemen, Melina, who is the director of the school in Naples, in Italy, who offered the professional course, the bachelor and the master program, explain now what is the entry requirement and how to apply for the Italian embassy in the home country, in all the Southeast Asia, but as well in Africa. The concept is more or less always the same. What I want to add some more point. I mean, Ian offers as well the Italian course online before the students arrive. This is always a big help when the students apply at the Italian embassy, so they can prove that they already start to learn Italian. And this course is free of charge. It's not that there's an additional cost if the student is already enrolled. So this is a very important strategy as well to work out a little bit. But this information we will send you when we receive your application. After every application, it will be an interview to the students. So the academic staff of the school will check if the student is eligible to start in June or maybe in September. Melina, I would like to thank you very, very much for your time. And I know I will welcome you soon next week on the 31st of March in London to the WEBA workshop. So you will meet a lot of agents face-to-face as well, where you will give another presentation. So we are looking forward to meet you over there in London. In the meantime, thank you very much, Melina. It was very great to have you here on board today. Have a great lunch.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Richard. Bye.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will do a follow-up email with all of you today. I will send you more information as well, the agents agreement, and based on the email sent to you in the last days, you already receive all the standard information, which is very, very important. So if you have students who you want to apply for June intake, I suggest you to apply them in these days, before the 31st of March, so that we are still in time to get the visa. I have all your email, so there's no need to put your email on the chat system. I have all your details, and I would like to thank you very, very much to be on board here today for this webinar. Thank you very much. Good business, good health, and I hope to welcome you in one of my next webinar, or as well to my international workshop, which are held now quite in Kuala Lumpur next Sunday. I have a big workshop, a follow-up in London on the 31st. Then we have, what else we have? We have Dubai. We have Dubai on the 9th of April, and then Washington, D.C. on the 11th of May, and so on and so on and so on. So we are as well traveling a lot at the moment. We are preparing in addition as well a farm trip to Europe. We are working on this, and I hope to give you this information in the next couple of days as well. Thank you very much, everyone, to join me. Have a great day and good health. Bye-bye.